Okay, good evening to each and everyone. This is CESAR, a martial artist, a photographer, and a dad. It's a bit different position area we're doing right now. Actually, it's a different topic. Won't be seeing me much on the mic at the moment. So for now, we're going to talk about my. Normally, photographers talk about this. What's in my camera bag, and obviously some people they don't like being or watching people saying what's in my camera. It's too obvious it's a camera. But just to give an idea on what I have on my bag, what kind of bag I use, it's more of what I do in sports photography and at one point at sometimes events. So this is not a full-time job. It's more of a once in a while event to me, or a seasonal event to me, or while I do it on a summertime, sometimes on the winter. But this is my bag, and I will show you. It won't take long. This bag is not much. Also, I want to say hi to Novaliches High School, Batch 93. Proud, Batang Public. Mabuhay po. Yeah. Good evening to all. Thank you for all the subscribers. I'm back again in YouTube. Although a few weeks or a few days ago I changed my mind and went to another channel, but I'm back again and hopefully everybody's still there. So yeah, before we start, there you go. I'm going to lift this one up. This is my other bag. Oops, sorry. This is my typical bag which I use with, it's a roller bag. So this is what's in there. Won't take too long. So I don't use RAW. I do use RAW, sorry. I use RAW. But my camera gear is not a full frame. Still a basic normal camera. I got two cameras, two DSLR. Due to the job I do in photography, I'm more into sports. So this is my D500 Nikon. I'm a Nikon guy since 1997. So this is my first body, my Nikon. There you go. And with a battery grip, obviously for sports. You'll understand later what I meant when I said I'm not going to any full frame. So this is my backup camera, my D300S. It's quite an old tank with my 70-200 lens. Yeah. So like I said, I do sports photography. So very rare I do some events. Another one is my 50mm. This is not sponsored by Nikon. This is just my favorite brand. Anything from this lens to the cameras are not sponsored by any brand. It's just the type of camera that I like and the lens that I like. So this is a 50mm Sigma 1.4. Also for my Nikon cameras. And my other Nikon 24-70 2.8. There you go. And another one is my 11-16 Tokina 2.8. So you'll notice I got few brands, cheaper ones. I'm a very practical person. I'm not way against anybody who could buy everything, but for me, anything cheaper than the more expensive one, and I could make it as the quality of the others, why not? I got two flashes, one old SB 600 and one not so old SB 700. So there you go. And for obvious reasons, because I do sports photography, I need a bigger lens, which is the 150 to 600 mil f. What is this one? It's been a while. F 6.3. So this is quite good lens on a good quality weather. I never tried it on a night yet. No, I never covered anything. Although I covered marathon one time on a night, but I didn't much use this bigger lens. I think I bought a 24 to 70 that time. So I captured once. I'm gonna show some samples photos of all I took from all these kind of lenses and what events I did. So again, here are they. All my lenses, my 150 to 600, my 24 to 70 Nikon. This is also a Sigma brand, contemporary, not the sports. Again, for me, the cheaper one is much better for me as long as it produces the same product that I expected to, or the clients are expecting to. So this is a Tokina 11 to 16, a 50 mil, a 70 to 200 Sigma, 2 flashes and a body. And normally, on sports, I bring everything. But normally, if we're talking about too far, obviously for other sports photographers, all photographers would understand that there are certain areas that you're not allowed to get closer. This is helps. So yeah, it is locked. So ideally, for people who not common with this one, so this how far it goes for 600 mil, and there's a lock to it, so it goes to 160. So again, this is my equipment, and hopefully people have an idea. It's not the most expensive one of the gears, but I promise that my quality of job is not that cheap too. At the same time, all of these are all done, all of the abuse in every tested in every event that I've been covering. From this basketball, oh yeah, the basketball one, this white one was taken from this 11 to 16 Tokina, and this photo of the sports that I'm going to show later on is taken from my 70 to 200. This is the version 2 now. The other version, the old one, already expired, so I got a new version. Again, it's not the most expensive one. I have this concept that it doesn't need to be expensive to be a good photo. My understanding is how you use your equipment. And obviously nowadays, I was a purist, I'll be honest with you, but I tend to have to accept the reality that I have to learn to edit. But still, I try my best. What I've learned from people who taught me, the De La Rosa clan. Arthur De La Rosa, my uncle, was a former famous photojournalist back in the Philippines in the 70s, 80s, and the 90s. Also a great advertising photographer. His two children, his two sons, Charlie De La Rosa, my cousin, excuse me, my cousin was a great food photographer. I always been an assistant to the whole family. I became an assistant to them, and since 1997 I've been doing assistant to them. Then they decided maybe I was ready to do photography. I went to Nayon Camera Club. My uncle advised me to do so. I'm also obviously I've learned all my sports photography and photojournalism with my another cousin, their brother. My Kuya Charlie's brother is Kuya Alex Puchi De La Rosa, who was then a former foreign press photographer back in the Philippines, who has great experience with foreign press as young as he was 23, 24 years old that time. I'm very proud that I live and learn from them, and because of them, I'm a photographer. Because of them, I might have achieved some things in photography. And because of the De La Rosa clan and the De La Rosa family, my uncle Arthur, my cousin Kuya Charlie, my cousin Kuya Alex, because three of them, I've experienced and learned a lot about photography, from being a reflector guy, to lighting man, to just carrying the bags. For all I know, I never thought I will do this a career in the future, because at first I was doing my nursing course, and I just the reason I only wanted to do photography at that time was just to enjoy the benefit of it, meeting celebrities, having a chance to be there to the special events, whether there's wedding, there's sporting events, celebrity celebration. There's all, for those who are oldies like me, there is a, what you call this, there is a term back home in the Philippines that before you become a photographer, you have to be trained in 3 different places. It's initially called the KBL. It's Kilo Bravo Lima. It's kasal for wedding, binyag for christening, and libing for funeral. At first, before you could be a legit photographer in the past, not now, in the past, I was taught was you need to first obviously learn the basics of a camera. The time was in 1997. I think digital was just in its infancy. It's just being introduced, and that time I was taught that you have to learn to take pictures of funeral first. You got 36 shots of your film, and if you don't have any mistakes, then you go reach the second level of your stage, is the christening or the binyag. And after that, another 236 rolls of films. And if they think that you pass maybe 1 or 2 mistakes, that's the next level, is the wedding or the kasal. And because of the documenting of the photos, you tend to understand and learn, and it's like martial arts, like I do. It's a muscle memory, not to punching, not to kicking, not to kata, not like that. But I always consider martial arts and photography most likely are the same because of how you document photos. You don't document photos because it has to be done. You document photos because you know how it starts, you know how you understand how the event is going on. I will talk more about photography in the coming episodes, but this is my start of it. So I hope you all enjoy. So this is CESAR. I cannot let it go and put it here at the moment because I'm afraid this glass will break if I drop this one here or leave it there. So this is CESAR, a martial artist, a photographer, and a dad. Os!